What were you feeling out there today?
I know the last game against Drake, I did not play very well at all. So going into this game, I knew I had to have a better focus of the game itself. And Southern is they don't have a big post like everybody else. And so I had to really focus and really sit down hard and just focus on finishing today.
In that mid-range game, I mean, you were hitting shots a little further than usual, and then you knocked down to 3. It seems like you've been working on that quite a bit, and you're able to show it off today.
Well, a big part of that is my teammates just telling me to shoot it, because there's a couple times in the first half where I hesitated. Maya was just like, Emily, just shoot the ball. So I was like, next time I got it, I said, okay, and that just happened to go in.
And that was a pretty
Emily, just seems like a lot of energy on the part of you and your teammates today. Just talk about what it was like coming out quick and establishing the lead early on.
We knew coming in that we'd have to make a lot of energy for ourselves. So we kind of set the tone. We kind of set the tone more as everybody got in and it started to go. Because just playing off 2 games and then having 2 days off within the next game, we knew that we had to come out with a bunch of energy. And I think that's what really helped us today, was all the energy that we had to create for ourselves.
There was kind of a strange 15-minute stretch there where your 2 baskets were the only field goals for the team. Just what was going through the team's minds at that time? What was going through your mind? What were the discussions like when pretty much all your guys' points were coming on free throws, other than that 3 and the jumper from you?
We just knew that we had to score. Our defense was everything that we wanted it to be, and then our offense just wasn't clicking. So we called that there was that media timeout, and we all just had to refocus real fast, because you can't win games without scoring. I mean, you can win games with playing good defense, but you need to, of course, score. So we knew that we had to focus to finish this game.
3 p.m. Wednesday afternoon game. Any of you missed class for this? This is kind of weird.
I don't know. I think Wilson missed a class. I'm so old that I don't even have classes no more. I just have an internship. So that was that. I don't think a bunch of us missed a whole bunch of class. It was definitely weird playing on a Wednesday at 3:00. It's just such an odd time.
Coming into this week, you knew this was going to be sort of a big 3-set game. You get the 2 against Drake, and now you cap it off with the win here. Just how much does this kind of build your guys' confidence even more, 5-0 now in the Valley out of that quarantine?
It builds it a lot, actually. We've been working so hard, and we worked hard during those quarantines. The people that were quarantined and the people that were here were just in the gym working real hard. We would break down things, and we really learned a lot about each other, which, like with all the quarantine stuff in the summer, you didn't get a chance to have. So we really broke things down, and I think that is what helped us that's what helped us have so much success, was probably being quarantined, was because we got to learn so much about each other and how to play with each other. And yeah.
Hey, Emily, I know obviously you can't control COVID and stops and starts with the schedule and stuff like that, but how nice would it be just to be able to make a run right now and to get as many games in as you can? Because it seems like you guys just want to go out there and play as much as you can right now.
Yeah, when you have all those months off from not being able to go to the NCAA tournament last year to not even being able to go to our conference tournament last year, you just have a nice drive, because like the break is nice, but you just get to the point where it's like, I'm ready to play basketball again. And we've practiced so much this year that games is just a whole different story. And we need to play games is basically what I'm trying to say.
All right, Em, I think that was your last question. So thanks for coming. Tag Wilson in for us.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.
All right, looks like Sydney's settled here, so we'll go back to questions.
What class did you miss?
Marketing.
No test or anything today, or?
Nope. No, thank goodness.
Yeah, you guys being able to come out and get this on a Wednesday afternoon. What can you say about Emily's game today? That had to be fun for you guys to see her.
Oh yeah.
shots.
But this one's a long coming. You know, we always believe in her so much, and it's usually her that doubts herself. So her to come out on this big like double is really good for her. And it's a good confidence booster too for her.
Is there anything more hype than when she pulls up and hits that three?
I don't think so. And her facial expressions after, priceless. Never gets old.
Cindy, your team did not allow more than 13 points in any one quarter today. How important is it to be able to go out there, hold those opponents to less than 15 points a quarter, and be able to establish that defense early on?
Yeah, it's really important. Honestly, defense wins games. You know, everyone says that, and we like prove that today. And our Mox always focuses on our defense, and honestly, that's one of my biggest aspect, and that's what I love to do is just play defense. So like I take that very like into consideration. I'm not going to let you score on me. And honestly, all of us do that too. So we played a really good defense today, and we're going to continue to as well.
For you, you've kind of been the way they used you the other day against Drake, throwing you up against their best player, and then you guys were able to come out and do this today. Just how much pride do you yourself take in that, just because you have been able to shut down some pretty good players here?
Yeah, I definitely take a lot of pride when Mox and even my teammates trust me to guard the opponent's best player. You know, we have Bryce too, who was last year Defensive Player of the Year. So, you know, sometimes if she gets tired, they can throw me on her. So once Bryce gets tired, I really take that pride and the opportunity to, hey, you're not gonna score me either. Like either Bryce is out or Maya can come in. Like honestly, we're all sound defenders. So whoever they put on you, you're getting shut down.
That's it for questions for Sydney as well. So unless Matt's got one.
Oh no, I was just gonna say thanks. I was just
Okay.
unmuted to say thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Thanks, Sydney.
Thank you.
I am excited about the win. You know, we're never going to be down when we win. There's a lot of things we can get better at. And we just have to continue to have just that killer mindset, no matter who we're playing, not play the front of people's jerseys and just be us. But there were some bright spots in this game. I challenged Emily and Abby J to just step up and, you know, impact the game a little bit more on both ends. And I was happy to see that. Emily that was probably her best game, at least since I've been here. And she was 15 and 12 and just so confident. And she just played her heart out, pushed through fatigue. I thought that was huge. Abby J played pretty well in the first half as well. And then second half, she wasn't really as focused, so she didn't get as many minutes, but that's a start. And I just need her. I mean, she played well first half. Now we got to put a whole game together, but I was really happy that those two stepped up.
Yeah, you touch on Emily's game, just hitting some mid-range shots and hitting one from beyond the arc. I mean, that's got to be something she's been working on, and that's just another thing that can make you guys that much more dangerous if she's able to do that.
For sure. You know, Emily has a pretty nice touch. There would be times last year that she hit some outside shots, but it's definitely something that she's been working on. I want her to be a little bit more consistent finishing inside, but we got to be able to stretch the defense a little bit. People double us, and if you can have one of your post players hitting outside shots, it's only going to help.
Coach, you talked about in the Drake game just wanting more from the bench. Emily, when she was in here, talked about how she wasn't happy with how she performed in the Drake series. So to see you guys dominate in the points off the bench category, specifically a lot through her, just how much does that mean to you to have that confidence and the depth that you guys have?
It means a lot. You know, if Abby J and Emily can consistently perform, it will be pretty tough matchup. You can rotate in four bigs that, you know, can give you 10 at any time or can rebound. It's just going to make us a better team. So Emily's is more mental. She just has to, you know, play with confidence. And sometimes she gets rattled early and it affects her, but she's been working on that. And I think she's been having a pretty good year, but today is just a stepping stone in the right direction. She's just got to stay confident and play like that no matter who we're playing. Abby J is, again, I've said it a million times, but she's just getting used to the system, getting used to where she fits and where her shots are going to come from, things like that. I try to go to her a little bit more specifically when she subbed in just so I could try and get her going. And she hit some shots. You know, I mean, that one that she missed at the rim, I thought she was about to dunk it. That was pretty crazy. She was up there, but she's just gifted, so gifted athletically. And when it all comes together, I think it'll be special.
Coach, how important is it when you have a game like, for example, your team didn't give up any more than 13 points in one quarter. You got to the free throw line 18 times and made 16. So when you're having a game when there's not a lot of shots falling, how important is it to have that good defense and then also being able to get to the line?
It's very important. I mean, anytime you can score free throws, points from the line, it's just going to help you obviously get a little bit more momentum going. But defense today, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but obviously we held them to 44 points, I think it was. Our defensive game can always get better, I think, but we had some good stops. We had some timely stops. We had a lot of big time rebounds that led to transition. But I think that defensively we still could have played better, and that's just maybe just me putting high expectations on us. But it is important when shots aren't falling. You got to be able to get stops and maybe get some points in transition that'll just get some energy in the building. I thought, Cindy and SIU did a great job trying to mix up defenses. We knew they were going to do that. They played a lot of junk. I mean, they 1-2-2'd us, they 2-3'd us, they 1-3-1'd us, they switching man. So that slows you down a little bit because you got to get people in the right spot so you can get your offense flowing. And they just tried to slow down the game a little bit because we were pretty deadly in transition. So it was a good game plan, but at the same time, I still would like us to be a little bit more efficient on offense, get the ball in the spots like we practice and, get high percentage shots.
Coach, how close are we seeing to, are we going to see Sydney Manning return?
She's healthy, she's doing well, and hopefully she'll be back soon.
Coach, with this, it's a 3-0 week, 5-0 in the Valley so far out of that quarantine. You head back on the road next to Valpo. Just how do you feel about the team so far here in the season, and what's the mentality headed into that series at the Crusaders?
I'm happy with where we are. Obviously, we're 5-0. We're undefeated in the Valley. That's huge. And I think just given the circumstances and the adversity we faced, being off a month and just coming back and not really missing a beat and dominating the way we have been is definitely something to be proud of. There's a lot of games still left on our schedule. There's a lot of great teams, Valpo being one of them. They're a team that has knocked off almost 3 Big Ten teams this season. They beat Purdue, they beat Illinois, and they went into overtime with Wisconsin. They're a team that steps up to the challenge and plays up, to their competition. So we got to be better than we were tonight. We can't come out tonight and can't come out the way we came out tonight and be lackadaisical and out of rhythm and things like that. We have to come out and compete at a high level. I said it before, if we want to be the best team in the Valley, we have to perform that way every night. Today was in spurts, we performed, but if we go to Valpo and with that same kind of energy and execution, it won't be a good game for us. So our players understand that, and it's better to learn lessons after wins rather than losses.
Was it just you guys being lackadaisical today? In that second half, shooting 24%, just kind of like, what did you see the most that contributed to that?
I just think we were a little out of rhythm. It was an exciting game. We were trying to get our own energy going. The way that they play, when people are junk defensing you, it just takes you out of rhythm, slows the game down. So I just think it was a lot of that. We're used to playing up tempo fast. So you saw when we had to put together a couple of fast breaks, then we got our energy and then we started playing better on defense and things like that. So we have to bring our own energy. We have to create our own breaks, and no matter how anybody's playing us, we have to be us. And so this is a learning experience. And like I said, thank goodness it's a win and we're not learning it off of a loss. But we just know we have to be better and get back to how we were this past weekend for our next games.
That was the last question, Coach. Thank you. And thanks everybody for being here.
Thank you.